The hearing room is packed. Cameras are rolling. The hum of political tension simmers under polite conversation. Committee members shuffle papers, some whispering to aides. The American flag flutters softly behind the chair's podium. At the center of it all, Jim Jordan, sleeves rolled up, leaning forward with that familiar firebrand energy, ready to pounce. Across from him, Rep. Jasmine Crockett, dressed in a fierce crimson suit, eyes focused, unshakable. She knows what's coming, and she's already prepared to set the room ablaze. KWMIN, this hearing will come to order. We now recognize Congressman Jim Jordan of Ohio for 5 minutes. Jim Jordan, mocking tone. Thank you, Madam Chair. Looking directly at Jasmine, you know, I've listened to a lot of speeches here, long-winded ones, angry ones, even poetic ones. But I gotta say, there's something interesting about listening to the honorable lady from Texas. Really is. Chuckles, I mean. Some of us actually practiced law. Some of us clerked for federal judges. Some of us weren't. I don't know. Hustling Instagram activism before we came here. A few publicans laugh. Closing parenthesis. Jordan content. Let's be honest. If you look at the resume of the congresswoman from Texas, it reads more like a social media influencer bio than a legal scholar. I mean, she made headlines for earrings, not economics, for clapbacks, not constitutions. He smirks. Another few chuckles ripple from his side of the aisle. Jordan conceded. I just want to ask, how does someone go from being a nightclub promoter to a constitutional expert in, 5 years? That's some leap. Pause. A long silence. The room freezes. Even the click of a camera lens seems louder than usual. Jasmine gently sets down her pen. She leans into her mic. Jasmine Crockett calmly cutting through the air. Mr. Jordan, 6 seconds. That's all it takes. Jasmine countered. You just disrespected every black woman who ever had to work twice as hard to be half as accepted in rooms like this. Jasmine countered. You mocked a past you never lived. While I survived neighborhoods you've never walked through. While I represented clients you wouldn't shake hands with. While I buried friends who couldn't afford your version of justice. Jasmine continued. You talk about my resume. I earned every line. I didn't inherit a path. I paved one. In heels. Boom. The chamber erupts. Some gasps. Others clap. Staffers look up from their notes. C-SPAN's live feed spikes in viewers. Jim Jordan leans back in his chair, momentarily stunned. Jasmine firmly, to the chair. I yield back. Madam Chair. Chairwoman grinning slightly. The gentlewoman yields back. Int. Cable News Studio. Later that night, HOST. Well, tonight on Capitol Sparks, the moment everyone's talking about 6 seconds of pure fire. Jasmine Crockett versus Jim Jordan. Let's play the clip again. Video plays. You mocked a past you never lived. I paved one. In heels. Panelist 1. That was a masterclass in composure. She didn't yell. She didn't flinch. She simply incinerated him. Panelist 2. Jordan expected a meltdown. He got a mic drop. INT. Jim Jordan's office. Night. Jim paces. His staffers watch the clip on loop. He's silent. He's been in politics long enough to know when a blow lands, and Jasmine didn't just land one. She made it viral. Staffer, Congressman. Twitter's calling it the 6-second scalpel. JIM gruffly. Yeah, I get it. HBCU campus, Texas. Next day Jasmine steps onto a podium at an event honoring black women in law. A standing ovation greets her before she even speaks. Jasmine A. didn't come from prestige. I came from persistence. And every time someone tells me I don't belong in this room, I remember my ancestors built this room. INT. Podcast recording. DC. Same day podcast. HOST. 6 seconds. That's all it took for the room to go full Wakanda. Jasmine laughs. Listen. When you know your worth, you don't need a paragraph. A sentence will do. INT. GOP strategy. ROOM. Capitol Hill Republican strategists scramble. Clips of Jasmine play on a loop. Strategist 1. She's trending with suburban women. Gen Z. Black voters. Independents. Even some conservatives are saying she kept it real. Strategist 2. We handed her the moment, and she ran the whole field. Int. MSNBC primetime night. HOST to camera. Let's be clear. Congressman Jordan thought he was clowning Jasmine Crockett. Instead, he handed her a sword, and she used it with surgical precision. Int. Democratic fundraiser. Texas weekend posters with her quote, I paved one. In heels. Decorate the ballroom. Do a nod. That wasn't a comeback. That was history. Int. Jim Jordan's district town hall. Same time a constituent raises her hand. CIONSTITONT. Congressman, maybe instead of mocking people's past, you could focus on building bridges instead of burning them. Applause from a few in the room. Jordan's smirk fades a bit. INT. Sunday morning talk show. HOSD joining us today, Representative Jasmine Crockett. Congresswoman, you went viral this week. Millions of views. 6 seconds. What was going through your mind? Jasmine smiling. I was thinking, if they come for my past, I'll show them my power. I'll show them my power. In T high school classroom, inner city, a black teenage girl plays the clip on her phone. She stares, eyes wide. STUDNT, she looks like me. Teacher smiling, exactly. And she stood her ground like a queen. INT. Fox News panel panelist 1. Look, I may not agree with her politics, but that was a solid punch. Jordan miscalculated. Panelist 2. He wanted to play ball. She brought the whole arena. Int capital. HILL. Jasmine's office, dozens of letters on her desk. Tweets flood in. A letter from a law student reads, "Your 6 seconds gave me the strength to speak up in my class today." Jasmine takes a breath. She knows the weight of this moment. Int. Black Women Lawyers Association meeting hall. Toast. Attorney to Jasmine, who proved you can be brilliant, bold and burn nonsense with facts. Int. CNN midweek special. HOSD in 6 seconds. Jasmine Crockett didn't just answer an insult, she answered history. From the courtroom to the Congress floor, she reminded America, the path may be mocked, but power speaks for itself. Into documentary the moment she spoke 2 years later. Archival footage of Jasmine's response plays over music. A year of political noise, one voice cut through, not with volume, but with truth. 6 seconds. That's all it took. Fade to black. Text on screen, I paved one. In heels. Representative Jasmine Crockett.